messianic, whatever you want to be called, Torah observant, people that think you have to keep the whole law, not just the 10 Commandments, the feasters, I guess. Come on. This is for you. Oh God. You guys. Okay. We've got the left and we've got the right. On both sides of the narrow path, right? On the left, just think about in the way of the world, like the how would I describe it? Like the political stance of people. It's like liberal and conservative, right? So on the left, we've got the liberal people, the ones that think, oh, we're under grace, we're not under the law, because they don't understand the difference between the law that was good and the law that was not good. They don't know the difference between the 10 Commandments and the laws added for transgression, the 613. And, well, you guys don't know that either, because you would see that there was a law that was good and a law that was not good. And you would see that, why do you desire the law, as in sacrificial law? Don't you see the law? Don't you understand what it is, why it was given? It becomes a self-righteous thing. But you guys are on the right. You're like over the top, legalistic to the letter. The Christians are free, hippie, Jesus, bullshit love. No responsibility. You guys you put on the lost sheep the burden that was too heavy for the fathers to carry. So you were forgiven your debt, your transgression. Just keep the 10 Commandments. Just write a check for half. And then someone comes to you, says, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't pay it all. And you say, well, nope, you have to keep the whole thing. Keep the whole law. When you were given, what's the word? You were given this like forgiveness, this mercy, but no, you just want to put baggage on someone else. It's like, okay, I'm going to make a representation. Yeshua came to say, hey guys, you just have to carry this backpack. It's only like, I don't know, 5 pounds, 2 kilos heavy, okay? Just carry that and walk with that backpack until the end of the race. And if you overcome past the finish line, then you will be saved, okay? Then the feasters, the messianics, they come along, and this extra law that was given for transgression to the Israelites, because they transgressed the 10 Commandments, they were given the schoolmaster. So they were given a freaking, okay, what's a good example? Well, a giant boulder, okay? A big rock. You have to strap a 100-kilo rock to your back. Get to the end of the race and you'll be saved. Can you do that? You cannot do that. You can't manage. It's not possible. Like, think about it literally. You can walk around, you can go shopping, you can do all your stuff with a backpack on, with a light backpack. Can you do anything in the world with a giant rock strapped to your back? Heavier than you are. You would just be stuck to the ground. You wouldn't be able to move. That's spiritually what that represents. It's a burden too heavy. Because it wasn't supposed... God, Jehovah, he prefers mercy, not sacrifice. The knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. What are you doing? You're trying to put people back under sacrificial law? What was the punishment for transgressing? It was stoning. So what did Yeshua do to the adulterous woman? According to the law at the time, he should have stoned her, or got other people to stone her for catching her in sin. What did he say? He said, go and sin no more. He rebuked her, corrected her, it's not a license to go and sin. It's like, stop doing that. But you've been forgiven. Just turn from your sin, repent and be converted. Acts 3:19, I think it is. So you are given the option for mercy and not sacrifice, which is also Hosea 6 and links to Matthew 12, I think. Anyway, yeah, so you're like asking for this huge payment when you only had to write a check for half. If you understood the law, the difference between the laws, what Yeshua came to do. Yeah, and that's the thing too. You guys, I probably should just do a separate video on this, but I'll just mention it. You both stumble at Yeshua, at the rock. He becomes a stumbling stone and a rock of offense to you. Because unless you understand line upon line, precept upon precept, through keeping the 10 Commandments, Isaiah 28, John 14:15 to 17, he will become a rock of offense, a stone of stumbling. And the word will be as well. You'll be confused. You'll go by your own imagination. It won't work. That's why this road is so narrow. So few be that find it. I don't think I'm anything. I'm just someone that truly wanted to obey God according to what he wanted, according to his word. And through that heart of like wanting to obey, ready to like get rid of my own notions and own beliefs and whatever, and love God how he wants. That's all he wants, a humble, contrite spirit. You don't have to, it's not about being special, not about being smart. It's not this new age thing, like you're a chosen person, you're an indigo child. Like, yes, you were chosen, but you had to choose to take that calling. And it is not about you. That's the whole thing. It's about sharing it with others so that they can be saved. That's the whole problem with the world. It's fucking narcissistic. That's the whole thing, right? It's the upside down of what God wants. It's not about you. You're not this special main character. Yeah, everyone's special. Yeah, sure. But narcissism, it's self-idolatry. You're creating you are making yourself a god in your own eyes. And this, anyway, this is mainly for the feasters. So you guys have covetousness because you come out of the Christian church or whatever. Maybe you were just born in to the feast, the messianic movement. But a lot of you come out of Christianity and you say, oh, yes, Christmas, pagan, we won't do that anymore. But what do? You are not content. You have to have your own feast. You have to have a celebration of some kind. You can't just have nothing, right? I've had someone literally say this to me. So what? Oh, and I almost did this. You go and learn about the biblical feast. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's not meant to be Christmas and Easter. It's supposed to be Passover, Sukkot, whatever, Feast of Unleavened Bread. So you go from one pot to another. What's wrong with that? Well, we're in a profane land. We're told only to do those feasts in the land where Jehovah will put his name, Jerusalem, in the time of restoration. Nothing has been restored. When it's talking about the millennial reign, the new Jerusalem, new earth, new heaven. We're in spiritual captivity. We're in a polluted land. You cannot be doing them right now, especially since most of you don't live in freaking Israel. So what are you doing? You think you can do it in America? And some of you might get confused, like, oh, well, we're the temple. Yes, your heart and spirit, well, your heart is the temple of God. That doesn't mean you can just do, where is it? Damn. It might be Deuteronomy 18, but there's a reference to show why you can't do the feast. Oh yeah, sorry. I can't remember where it is. It might be Acts or Amos, but I think it's Paul, maybe. I should know better, but you know, he can't do the feast. Like, I can't remember the story. I'll have to try and find the verse. Dang, that would have been good to share. I'll have to study that one out so I can explain it better. But yeah, basically it's like one of the people in the Bible didn't even do the feast because he wasn't in the land and it wasn't the right time or something. But yeah, sorry, I freaking wasn't prepared for that one. Yeah, so Deuteronomy 12 and 16. We're not in the time, we're not in the land. It's our inheritance if we overcome, if we are grafted into the spiritual house of Israel. Because Israel was originally 12 tribes, was split into 2 houses. Because of idolatry, there was punishment. It all comes back to that, really. Yeah, I mean, just quickly, the northern 10 tribes, I don't know all the names off by heart, like Naphtali and Dan and whatever, and then southern Benjamin and Judah. They stayed in Jerusalem, but the 10 northern tribes were scattered into the Gentiles among all the nations, and they were supposed to be brought back. No one ever looked for them, so they're still wandering from every high hill. So from church to church, they're just wandering to this day. They're the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Anyway, so yeah, that's another part of this rebuke. The bullseye of your Torah. You don't fulfill the royal law. You don't go and look for your other lost brothers and sisters. You don't rebuke correctly because you're not following the correct law. I don't know what else I wanted to say. Just a general rebuke. But yeah, you are coveting by wanting to do the feast in a profane land. That's your inheritance if you overcome, if you keep the covenants of promise, the 10 commandments, and the Noah covenant, so you don't eat unclean flesh, which I know a lot of you do, I'm pretty sure, but that's all you have to do. The rest was added for transgression. Something was finished. So on the tree, on the pole, the cross, whatever, Colossians 2:14, John 19, Yeshua said, it is finished. Something is finished. He was a sacrificial lamb to end sacrificial law so that we could be reconciled back to God, Jehovah, through obedience to the holy covenants of promise. Just share, learn and share that. That's all you have to do. Don't try and keep all these other laws. They aren't meant to be kept anymore. Don't think you're higher than other people. Oh, well, we're better than the Christians because we don't even just keep the 10 commandments. We keep the whole law, and it becomes a prideful, self-righteous thing. God prefers mercy, not sacrifice. So what the hell are you doing trying to put a burden onto yourself and other lost sheep? If you want to be under sacrificial law, you'll be judged by that law. Instead of stoning our neighbour, we have to just rebuke them. The law you are pushing, you should be stoning your neighbour when they sin. Is that really what you want to be doing? You can't just pick and choose. James 2:10 and also Matthew 5:17, I think. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, if you want to keep the whole law, keep every single one of those laws. You better, or you're failing. You break one, you break them all. You can't just pick and choose what you're convicted to keep. That's like silly. What? That makes no sense. Stop following the crowd of the messianic feasting people. They might not be as big as the Christians, as many, but you guys are still not the few, okay?